I just rolled 3 6s.
Yo, good job. Okay, so... Oh, I think I'm peaking. Or am I really loud? Turning that down a little bit. All right, so... Are we... Have we read through our notes? Are we ready to go?
As ready as we will ever be.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yes.
So... you keep doing what you're doing, Sam. I will start with other people. That night, you all fought the fire in the sky and the monsters that came from it. You don't quite remember what happened next in between that moment and waking up where you are now. All three of you, technically all four of you, but we're going to leave Sam out of it for a moment. All three of you wake up entirely alone. As in you don't even see each other. You are alone in this kind of moist, cold space. Let's see. Alice and Felicity, you can kind of make out the edges of the space you're in because you have dark vision. You can make out that you appear to be in this kind of it's not super tight, but it's a small, somewhat confined space. You're laying on this cold, kind of wet ground. There's a dripping in the corner. Kind of looking at the edges, the rough kind of monochrome of the walls implies to you that you might be in some subterranean cave-like space. And as you're looking around, Sibby, you would notice this part because you all can see there's a faint light at the end of some long tunnel, essentially at your feet, towards the direction of your feet, that is.
Tunnel? I'm just gonna start walking.
Down the tunnel?
Yeah.
So you're also going to start walking down the tunnel?
Maybe I'll go, hello!
You hear your voice echo kind of down the walls, and then come bouncing back to you.
Gulp.
Do you think it's a dead end? The way it bounced back, or no?
Well, you're not in the same space.
Oh, right. Never mind. Sorry, I'll shut up.
No, I mean, you could theorize that table talk wise, but just it will not be your characters communicating to each other.
Can I create... Oh, wait. Let's see. I have to, remind myself what I can do.
You are muted, Leah.
Oh.
It's on bear time. Can I cast Dancing Lights
Sure.
to see more?
Yeah. You cast Dancing Lights, and 4 little orbs of lights kind of appear and begin to move about the space. This room you're in, now that you can see more clearly, it's definitely a cave. It appears to be some bizarre kind of... you can't tell how this cave was made. There is no lava flow. The only sign of any sort of thing that would erode a cave like this in this shape is the single kind of drop of water that is plunking in the corner, but that is clearly not big enough unless it was thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years of this cave being formed. But you're at the end of it. There is nothing you can tell in any other direction but down the tunnel where there is some faint light coming in.
I'm gonna walk down towards the light, I guess.
All right. I'm guessing you're taking your dancing lights with you.
Mm-hmm. You bet your ass. They're actually gonna go in front of me.
Okay.
In a line.
Okay. Cool. They're going in front of you.
Sorry.
No, you go for it.
I'm also going to cast, do druid craft on my torch and just light my torch.
Okay. So yeah, your torch comes to life, and you kind of look around. You see the same, not exactly identical, but the same space as I've described it to the other two so far, kind of all around you.
continuing to walk.
You're continuing to walk. Okay. I'm guessing we're all continuing to walk down the tunnel. So walking down the tunnel, you are kind of descending as you're going down. You're not going like drastically down a hill. It's somewhat slight down the slope. But as you're kind of walking down this path, eventually that light in front of you begins to grow brighter and brighter, and you hear there is some sort of hustle and bustle going on ahead of you. Not like a cityscape hustle and bustle, but like there's some slight murmuring, a little bit of clinking of metals, maybe some people the sound of people or creatures moving about as you're approaching this space. Is there anything anyone else would like to do, or we would just like to walk towards the space?
I think I just want to approach with caution and maybe like look and see if there's any.
Are you keeping your torch lit?
I'll put out my torch once I start hearing the voices and just approach with caution.
All right. God bless you. Are you going to keep your lights in front of you?
I guess not. I don't want to... Yeah, I also want to be cautious. I don't think I want to waste an invisibility spell, but I'm going to turn off my lights and try to cling to the shadows.
Okay. And then Felicity, are you going to do anything special?
I'm gonna draw my dagger and slowly creep along the side of the wall.
Okay. So kind of creeping along this edge, making your way down, pretty much all of you now. As you kind of reach the opening, there's not a really great place to hold yourself. There's no like clear, easy spot to hide behind. But you can kind of stay some distance up the tunnel mouth, away from the opening. But as you approach, the first thing kind of all of you see is there's this like kind of huge bay glass type thing in front of you. This big, massive kind of open source that as you look out it, you can see there is like a unbelievably large cave system in the distance in front of you. Like this cavernous void where there is rock as ceiling, and then rock way in the distance. It's like this, and there's the essence of like some glowing kind of magical fauna and flora and liquid. There may be some evidence of like volcanic activity down there as well. But you get the impression that beyond that edge, which is like some 100 feet away from you by this point, there is a steep drop into a huge cavern. And as you're approaching, you are kind of hearing the clinking and clacking of various things. It sounds like some of them are like forks or spoons against like plates. And there is some conversation being had. It sounds like there's like a negotiation going on between two different parties, where one kind of
Higher pitched, like, you gotta be kidding me. You can't be doing this to me right now.
is kind of railing at this kind of deeper voiced, well, that's the way it is, kid, type shit. And so that's kind of all I'm going to give you without any rolls or pushing further.
Question, because I zoned out a little bit.
Okay. It's always good to
so
hear.
Sorry, I just had a text about work, so I was...
No, I see that.
So we still can only hear that, but we've walked out of the tunnel. What's in between what we're hearing and
so you haven't walked out of the tunnel. I decided, because you all were being cautious, that you went as far as you felt safe going, which was not out of the tunnel. The tunnel leads into this kind of... All right, the tunnel leads into this bigger cave-like room, but the room is not necessarily all cave. The floor actually is very well. It looks like some sort of tile floor. Like this floor looks intentionally made, purposefully made, right? And the kind of ledge I described before appears to be some large bay window like thing that may or may not have glass. If the glass is there, it is the clearest, cleanest glass you've ever seen. But the implication of wind and kind of smell implies there may be no glass there, right? But yes.
I missed a lot of this because my headphones stopped working.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
So I was trying to fix it and I couldn't get it to work. So if anyone gets feedback from me, just let me know, because I guess I can't use them anymore. So I missed out on a lot.
Will do. Well, let me give you the long and short of it. There's a bay window cliff edge that leads into this big kind of open cavern in the distance. But that's some 100 feet away from you now. The cave that you are walking through, you stop at before you come out into the open. You feel safest staying back there, right? And you're hidden from whatever may be within this room. But you can see across this 100 feet or so that there is that opening window. The room just outside of the cave, like the space where the cave opens up into, is this really well honed, hewn, like it's purposefully made stone floor tiling, basically. Like it looks very old. A lot of it's very cracked, but it is not just cave formation. It is like properly there stone, right? You hear the sound of the clinking of what sounds to be like spoons and forks against like trays and plates, implicating that there is some group of people up here eating. You also hear a few different conversations going on, but the one that most of you guys can hear most clearly, which sounds to be probably closest to you all, is a conversation between this much kind of smaller voiced, higher pitched voice creature and a deeper voiced creature where there's some sort of negotiation argument going on. What would anyone like to do?
Can I use stealth to get like really close to the edge and see who these two people are?
Sure, give me a stealth check.
Okay, +6. You want me to roll a d20?
Yes, roll a d20.
Ooh, 9 + 6, 15.
15. Okay. So yeah, you sneak up pretty much as close to the edge you can get without being purely in the room, open light that you can tell, right? And walking up into the space, you can peek out more. There appears to be round about 15 or 20 people in this room. There's a few people set up at like tables, a few different, like a couple of different groups of people set up at tables, eating and kind of digging through some mess hall type food. There is a counter kind of hewn into the wall, like a shop almost, born out of the rock. It's like someone put that there, etched out of the rock, and created a kind of shopping like space right there. There is a kobold who is closest to your entrance right now, having a kind of heated conversation with what appears to be a orc of some kind. And the kobold has this like heavy backpack with a ton of kind of clinking, clattering shit on it. And they seem very pissed. They're like pointing and wagging a finger a lot, and in their negotiation with this orc, and this orc is kind of cross-armed and mean-mugging him a little bit. And then there is, of course, there's about 18 other people in the room, and I'm not going to go through all of them precisely right here, but those are the two closest people to you.
Oh.
I just want.
And we are like we just are all in different tunnels.
Yeah, you don't know where any of your allies are, but for the
Okay.
sake of the game, you
Okay.
guys are all in similar spaces.
I just want to walk in.
So you just waltz in.
Mm-hmm.
I got +9 in deception, baby. Let's go.
Okay. So Alice walks in. Felicity, you walk in.
I'm gonna walk in.
Okay. Sibby, do you walk in?
I'll like. Can I see them from where I'm peeking?
Can you see anyone from where you're peeking?
Yeah.
No, you are closest to that bay window, and the way unless you want to stick your head out. Do you want to try to stick your head out? You want to give me a stealth check to see if you can peek out and see anyone?
Yeah. Let me just peek. Oh, 21.
The sneakiest peek there ever was.
So yeah, you peek around the corner. You feel fairly confident that no one noticed you. You see that there are like 3 more entrances to this room, and you see about the same description I just gave you. Some 20, 30 feet to your left is that kobold and that orc having that conversation, and you are you spot Felicity kind of begin to stand up and walk out into the room, as Alice also from the whole 2 away from you kind of steps out into the room.
I'm doing the slow TikTok walk where they set it to dramatic music.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just gonna watch.
Okay. So, well then, if you're just watching, you notice as these 2 come out of those holes, the holes actually begin to close up behind them.
Oh wait, I left
Uh-oh.
my shoe.
Is Eugene also there?
You do not see Eugene anywhere.
Okay, well, I'm watching.
You're just gonna watch, okay?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Is this Adam? I don't know why I'm having such a problem picturing this. Is this more of a tavern-looking place? You were describing, but you also described a shop.
Yes. So, okay. There is.
Can I walk up to a bar and like order a drink?
Okay. You're walking up to the shop and you're gonna try to order a drink.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the shop is.
Okay.
Can I observe, I guess, what the shop is?
Sure. So you look at the shop, and it appears to be filled with a various amount of supplies. There are actually kegs on the wall. It looks like there's a 21st person in the back, potentially cooking something back there that you may could assume that this is where the food was coming from that the other people are eating. So it's there are others here. Yes, if you would like to walk up and ask about
Hello?
there's the bald guy.
Hello?
Hey.
I was like, there's the bald guy.
Well, I mean, it opens with a center shot on your balding head. So like,
Trying to stage the shot differently, man.
well, you should tilt the camera down then.
I'm trying.
There you go. Okay. You make sure it's not your webcam mic, because I think it switched.
Oh, is it?
It swapped to your webcam mic the moment you plugged in your webcam.
Oh, hold on a second there.
You got the zoom blur on the background.
Dude, my room sucks.
Yeah, I've gathered. Okay, so do you want to walk up to the shopkeeper?
I'm just so confused.
Okay, well, so here, let me describe this. As you step out, you notice to your right, Felicity is also stepping out. And
Oh shit, Alice.
Hey, what's up?
you guys
You
just
want a drink?
Where's everybody?
you guys just talk like that in front of everyone. So you get a few sideways glances, but most of the people kind of return to their food. The kobold and the orc do not seem to notice or care that you both have kind of walked in and yapped at each other.
If I
Not
notice that
allowed
they
to
don't
talk.
care. Sorry, go ahead.
are people not talking to each other? I just.
So there are people in there there are people in like groups of between 3 and like 7, kind of scattered around at tables, kind of talking to each other. There's like 1 or 2 kind of loner types at the edges, but there is no conglomerate. It's not like they're all collectively talking or interacting with one another, and it's not like it's not like no one's interacting with anyone, right? It looks like you stepped into a business as usual type place.
Okay.
So it's a tavern.
Sure, if you want to, if it helps your brain, it's a tavern, but it's very clearly not a tavern. There are no bar people. There is no staying place, but sure, it's a tavern.
Okay.
It's like a place where business people meet.
It's a boardroom. Yes, you've discovered my riddle. You've entered the boardroom. No,
Okay. I had a totally different picture of what this place was.
you might have had the correct picture of this place.
Wait, is it actually a boardroom?
No, it's fucking not a boardroom. I was mocking the statement. No, it's not a boardroom.
I fell for it.
Okay, well,
Okay,
what does that say about you?
Lord DM. Lord
Yes.
DM, I'm picturing somewhat of a fancy cave ecosystem that just has people that made some sort of shop system down there.
Okay, so that's, I think, closer to what I was describing, but it's not fancy at all. It is
No.
the only fancy thing about this place. Let me describe it this way. The floors, the bay window, and the walls that are finished appear to have been here for a very long time. All of the people in the room, including the shop carved out of the wall, appear to be tacked on and created in some time recent. Something that is like circumstantial. It's something that is a necessity that has been filled by these people and these places, right? So it's like a crab inherits a shell. This group of people have inherited this space. Does that make sense? Does that kind of give you a little bit of a better description of what we're talking about here? Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, you sure? Yes.
Do the people here look as though they're... Does this look like an invite-only type of place? Is that the vibe we're getting?
So you're getting the vibe that these are seedy type people that maybe wouldn't appreciate your approach, but based on the 2 people that you just saw walk into this room, which would be a I need to remember the races really quick, which would be a Tabaxi, a cheetah print Tabaxi, and a half elf walk into this room, and no one seemed to give a shit as long as they aren't bothering them. That this is not necessarily somewhere that you're not supposed to be. If that gives you a better description of the kind of atmosphere. Okay.
I'll walk out of my little hidey hole wherever that may
Okay.
have been.
So, Sibby, who was our last one still hiding, you notice across the room, opposite end of you, that last kind of 4th hole, a grung. Are you a grung? Did you decide
I'm
that?
not a grung.
Okay.
I'm actually not
I don't
at all
know.
a grung.
Are you?
I'm
did
an
you?
Azimar.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I look like a person.
A person walks out of the room. Yes. A person walks out of the... Wait, do you have a... Did you put that character in the link I sent you?
You sent me a link?
I did send you a link.
No, I didn't.
So click the link and join with that character. But
Okay.
it's fine. Just join with that character. Unless it's in one of our other campaigns.
It is in one of our other campaigns.
Okay, then I'll just go to one of those. Which one is it?
It is in... That's a great question. The friend group.
Okay, so our normal
It is-
campaign.
Elias Buzzoni.
Okay.
Like Zamboni with a B.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god, dog!
Very good dog.
She keeps asking for attention, so I'm like, alright, just come here.
All right. So I've got your character sheet. Yes, and do okay. I say Asimar, but a lot of people say Azamar.
Yeah, it's Azimar.
Azamar? Okay.
Yeah.
And Azamar walks out, entirely opposite you. So this, are you any specific kind of Azamar?
So from what I understood, unless they changed Azimar in D&D 1, I can just look like a guy.
Okay, so you just look
Which
like a
is
normal
my
guy.
intent.
Okay, well, so
Yeah.
then a human-looking person steps out of the opposite side. Forget what I've just said.
That.
Um,
Sam, give us
describe your
the-
character.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give you the. So you see a guy who's definitely out of place here. This is a seedy place. This is like a guy who looks like he just walked out of a library. Like he's got the like glasses on, the like bifocals. He's got the brown hair. He's got the little like librarian button up on, and he's got a little satchel over his shoulder. And he's just looking around real nervously because he has no clue.
Okay, so then why don't you describe your characters for Sam then? Let's start with the people that can actually be seen. Alice.
Yeah. So Alice, I am a half elf. About college age, 19, 20, 21. Real heavy on the eyeliner. She never got out of her emo phase. Kind of like a black mullet looking situation going on. Facial piercings, basically just like trying to be the most alternative person ever, but has an essence of the trying part of it. Yeah, she kind of is waltzing around with, I'd say, a bit of false confidence. That is Alice. Punk rock.
All right, so now Felicity, can you describe yourself?
Yeah, I am a cheetah print tabaxi, just a real tall cat. I don't really wear a lot of crazy things. Kind of keep it on the DL, just light clothing, some wrappings around my arms. Just tall. You can tell I kind of have a daze behind my eyes. Like I'm here, but like I kind of wish I wasn't here. But I'm here for the party. Whatever opportunity I can get drunk, I'm down for it.
Well, this seems like a great place for that.
Okay. All right.
She's lost her hope.
So you all are you guys also see this human step in. So
What is she looking at?
Doing?
laughing at the dog.
Yeah.
She's putting her snout against my nose.
Hey, who's the nerd?
Yep.
I don't know. He looks like he kind of wouldn't be about a party.
I mean, I don't know where everyone else is. Do you think he might know what the hell we're doing here? I mean, where is Sibby? Where is Hondo? And
I thought this might happen. So I was hanging out with Sibby and I blacked out and I don't remember anything after. So
I don't remember anything either, but I think I was sober. I don't
were you
know.
also drinking with us?
No.
Okay. Well, I always remember best when I'm drunk. Why don't we invite him to a drink?
The nerd?
Why not? I mean, he looks like a loner. We're loners. Everybody else is looking at us from time to time because we're talking too loud.
All right, you can invite him over.
I pick up a random small stone, chuck it at him.
Oh.
Oh, what the?
Hey, you!
Yeah, what? Who are you? Why are you throwing rocks at me?
Hey, we mean no harm. I wasn't sure you spoke English.
Who's I speaking? Why is the rock your only way of deciding that?
Well, I figured if you said ow, then you spoke English.
What if I just went like, ugh?
Sounds more German, I think.
That's definitely a real language in this world. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Elvish,
Sorry, I should say
Latin.
common tongue.
Elvish, English, Common, German. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like our world, honestly.
Well,
Why?
Hi.
I'm Felicity.
Good.
This is
Well, I'm meeting you. My name is Elias.
Elias.
Does Sibby walk out, or are you just?
Hey, wait. So here's my question. Do I see any furbolgs? Anyone that looks like me?
There is not a Fearbolg here.
Okay, I'm gonna use my furbolg magic to disguise self,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make myself just look like Sibby, but if she was a human, so like she's still gonna have the colorful eyes
Okay.
and the dark red hair.
Okay, but furless, still very tall, a very tall
Pretty tall.
human.
A taller woman,
Okay, cool. You do.
and then I'm gonna walk out.
All right, and as you do, the hole closes behind you, with kind of a slow, and it shuts up.
I'm just gonna slowly, like, walk around, like I'm wondering if anyone can tell that I'm actually a furbolg, and just like listen into any interesting conversations as I very slowly make my way over to the group.
Okay.
Strange question.
Yes.
First, who threw a rock at me? Felicity. Where are we? Where is here? What is this establishment called?
Oh, so you're just as clueless. Alice, this was a bad idea.
Were you? Oh.
What do you? Okay, so we don't know either.
Oh,
And
okay.
There was like a tunnel, but now it's gone.
I
And-
experienced similar.
Okay, so yeah, no clue. Did we get drugged? Is this like a weird kidnapping thing? Are we in Taken?
My pause on magic. Magic happened.
I don't. Adam, do I feel drugged?
No, but you have a similar kind of block where whatever you were doing last, there is some period of memory that you have lost, and then you woke up here.
What is the last thing you all remember doing?
Going to sleep?
Defeating.
I remember I had a job at one point.
Oh, that's good.
That was a very long time ago.
What? I said most recent. That sounds a long time ago.
I think it's trying to solve a mystery. There was gold involved, and
I do remember the sky dying. Like, there's fire everywhere. There are fire people.
mm,
And the sky just, like, everything fell.
And he died?
How else would you describe things
that-
falling out of the sky? The
That
sky's
sounds
dying.
awful, is all. You're just describing it very nonchalant. Do you see people die a lot?
I have a feeling I've seen a lot of people die.
That's
But I've also
terrifying.
drank a lot to forget.
Oh my god. it's
Maybe
getting
we
heavy.
could ask the shopkeeper where we are. I
That
don't
sounds
think
like
we're
a
getting
great
anywhere.
idea. Can we also order drinks? Because, yikes. Okay. My girl's with me. Let's go.
Okay. So Sibby, you said you were going to keep an ear out for any interesting conversations. If you'd like to give me a perception check as you are doing that, because people are talking with hushed voices.
Oh, 22.
Okay. 22. So walking through this space, I'm guessing you're walking kind of around through the. Are you going straight through the tables, or are you kind of walking, giving it a berth?
Through the table.
Okay, you're going through the tables to I'm guessing, catch up with your 2 allies you do recognize and this third random scholar fellow.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're kind of walking through these tables and you kind of breeze past a few different conversations happening to your left and right from various kind of medium-sized groups, like 4 or 5 people, there is a very distinct, like you hear a few different things. You hear one group say, one guy in one group say, I heard Charlie died. That's unfortunate. And then someone respond to him, well, I guess they're gonna have a harder time then. And then the next group kind of conversation you hear, well, I think if we take the tunnels to the left, we can make it down to the 3rd floor. And then they say, but those are always covered and blocked constantly. You want to do that? And they're like kind of strategizing. You don't really pick up any super interesting conversations, especially because you don't know what they're talking about. But you kind of wander your way across, and it doesn't appear like anyone is having... No one is talking anything about you guys, for sure. There's no conversation being had about the 4 new people. But is that satisfactory for your 22? For you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say you meet up with them around this right before they walk up to the bar, so you can have a conversation before meeting the barkeep.
Who are you?
I'm Sibby.
No, Sibby is great.
I have the same. I changed everything but my Alice. My voice is the same.
Smell her. Does she smell right?
She smells right. If you smell her.
She smells right.
Okay.
She smells right.
That's
Sibby.
Oh.
I didn't want to be
Sibby.
alone.
You look naked.
Sibby, why did you shave?
Oh dear. Oh
Are you
dear.
cold?
How tall is Elias? I'm just curious.
Elias, I imagine, is like 5'11" on an excellent day of his life.
Okay, so Sibby is taller than you. For sure. She's like 6'4", right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He's 6'5".
6'5".
You need to join the NBA.
So what's up, new guy?
Are you with them?
Yes.
Yes, I'm.
She doesn't normally look like that.
I think I've kind of been picked up by them.
Well, we do
He
that.
just seems like a very harmless nerd. I figured we would all band together.
Alice, you cannot go calling people nerds in front of their mates.
I would
Yeah,
dislike that, but it's not really wrong. So I'm having a hard time.
He's happy with it. He loves it.
I didn't say that.
Well, so remember, tunnels on the left, 3rd door, tunnels to the left, 3rd floor.
Having a stroke?
Is covered and blocked. Someone just remember that.
Tunnel on the
Tunnel,
left, 3rd block.
Wow, it's the
tunnel
telephone
on
game.
the floor.
Funnel on the right.
Are there any symbols anywhere that indicate, like, name of the shop, names of people, any names?
I'm just gonna go ask that guy. Can I go ask that guy?
Do you want to walk up to the barkeeper and ask him?
I sure do.
All right.
I'll see.
So you walk up to him. What do you say? I'll let you open.
Oh gosh, this is my worst feature. I'm gonna slink over and look really mysterious. And I'm gonna be like, "Hey, can I get a drink?"
So there's the guy behind the counter is a Goliath. He's a few inches taller than Sibby even. He kind of leans over, ducking his head through like the window, and he says, "Right, so you're new here?
Who said that? I don't know.
But you don't
Wait,
have to
yeah.
say anything. We just haven't seen you before. That's new."
All right, fair. What would one have to do to not be new here?
Have been here before. That's typically what someone does to be not new.
Right. Okay. I'm Alice, by the way.
Alice. Hello, Alice. That's a good name. Do you want me to kiss your hand? Is that what's your I mean, I've never dealt with a lady before. Are you supposed to be are you like a famous lady or something?
No, oh my gosh, you're so funny.
I am.
Oh my gosh. What was your name? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
The name's Algernon.
Algernon, that's a lovely name. Well, Algernon, what is the house special? I would love to try it.
You want to know the house special, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to get you the Gravekeeper coming right up.
Oh, lovely.
He turns around and he goes to a keg on the wall and pours the tap and then puts it back up and puts it on the counter. Anything else? Would you like some slop?
You know what? I'm good on the slop.
The slop's good. You're not going to find warmer food in all the Explorer's Cemetery.
What flavor is the slop?
Gruel flavor.
This is my nerd friend. He doesn't know.
Hello, nerd.
Hi, good to meet you. How do I break this nerd stereotype? Would you like to have a drinking competition?
With me? Or with one
Sure.
of them? Sure, like a nerd will beat me. Am I right? Ladies, am I right?
I don't think my odds are terrible.
He like flexes two muscles.
Felicity, this
I mean, none of you can outdrink me, but I don't need to. I just want slop. Can I have slop?
Sure, one bowl of slop coming up. Jerry!
Jerry. Why does they bring Jerry with Algernon?
And then there's a what peeks around the corner is somewhat horrifying to you at first, because this chitinous bug-like creature peeks around the corner, antenna kind of bouncing. There's a chef hat kind of flopping to the side, like very pitch black, like pit eyes kind of look out, and like a chittering kind of the bug clickers turns and says, "Right then, coming right up." And like two arms pop out, and kind of there's a spatula in one hand, and then a knife in the other, and they're both right arms. He peeks, he ducks back around the corner.
Algernon?
I don't know how to.
Yeah.
What is the name of this fine establishment? Because man, oh man, I would love to recommend it to my friends.
This is the Explorer's Cemetery.
Cool.
Nice name.
Yeah.
We are explorers.
And this is a
You are now. Well, I mean, yes, the cemetery.
Yeah.
People don't really get buried here; they get mostly lost, but buried within the dungeon.
Okay. So we die in here.
Are we dead right
This is our
now?
cemetery.
That's the one way people find out. So it's the only real out of this whole place: death.
Right. I'll take 2 tubs of the Gravediggers, whatever the special beer.
All right. The Gravekeeper. If I'm being honest with you, it's special. We've got one kind of beer, one kind of drink. It's the Gravekeeper.
It'll do the trick.
Cool. You want 2 kegs?
A little bit. Is that a lot of sediment?
Yeah, there's not a lot of brewing supplies down here, and nor like super fresh water. So we gotta make do.
You have fun with that, Felicity.
It's good though. I mean, it's one of the few things to drink down here. He goes and grabs two smaller kegs that like are carrying type kegs. They're like they're at least a gallon in size. And he like plops them on the counter for you.
I put my head underneath and just do a little dribble so that I could just do.
Like a hamster.
Yeah, that is it is probably one of the worst alcoholic beverages you've ever tasted, but it's still alcohol. So
Let's do this little drinking competition thing. Can you tell me if there's no way out, how do you guys get your stuff?
Oh, well, I make it in the back. Me and Jerry kind of take any usable supplies from the explorers and turn it into food.
Just
Really?
live here? You just live down here?
Nowhere else to go.
Cool.
Well, except down or out the window. But those are... Out the window is not a good choice. Let me tell
Down to
you.
the 3rd floor.
If you can make it to the 3rd floor, that'd be great. Very few have.
Okay.
Can I ask you? You seem like you were running a very fine establishment, but what is the I guess what's like the curb appeal? Why are people drawn here? It seems like it, pretty bustling. What are they all?
He leans in close, and he says,
Tell me, do you remember what drew you here?
Ooh, you got me there.
Well, it's the same for all the rest of us, too. The curb appeal's nice, though. I mean, it's kind of a captive audience. If you're drawn here, there's nowhere else to go. You could talk to Carrie, but I mean, he's a rashy old bastard.
Let me get this straight. So you appeared here and you decided I'm gonna do free labor now. I work here now. And that's...
It's better than diving deep and dying.
Oh, I see.
I have a follow-up question. You said that you make the food and drinks out of things that you get off of explorers. Are these dead explorers? And secondary follow-up question. If they are dead, is the slop recently made out of anything from a water type being? Because I prefer seafood.
So, the nice thing is, Jerry is a cleric. There's a lot of stuff he can kind of just make through magic. So a lot of it, we get a lot of things from the kindness of Jerry. But, no, I mean, if you're asking if we're cannibalizing people, we're not doing that. That's not on the table. In fact, most of the bodies, when they get lost down there, don't make it back to the top. It's very few that ever make it that high up, and mostly it's limbs or heads or, just kind of pieces of people. Parties can't, when they start losing people, they can't really carry whole bodies out, right?
Oh, good.
So.
That makes sense. So what's on the 3rd floor?
The 3rd floor is the furthest down floor, and that's as far as any explorer's ever gotten. You see that big window, and he points to like the kind of open air space. And as you look at it, all of you guys have gotten kind of closer. You can see now there is a huge, like miles upon miles big cavern here. That there is just like, there appears to be like rubbles of like ancient buildings kind of scattered throughout. There's like a mountain off in the distance. There's a huge kind of glowing purple lake. There's this like fungal forest as well. There's a ton of shit all out there. But as he's kind of pointing out the window, and he turns back and he says, "That out there is the goal. Well, we hope it's got our way out, at least. But the only way out to there is through. So."
Well, I'm gonna go over to the window and just stare and think.
Okay. You go over to the window and stare and think.
And then whenever their drinking competition is like,
Oh yeah, he's pouring some kegs right now. He walks over, he puts a drink down. He says,
All right, you think you can drink better than me?
Absolutely.
All right.
roll a Constitution saving throw.
Not great at those. Oh, hold on. My settings are...
Your hardware is accelerated.
My hardware is accelerated. That was the nerdiest sentence I've said in ages.
You have said that.
16.
You said that last weekend.
That's an age. 16?
16. Okay, you roll a 16.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
emptied my dice bag.
Adam, you make fun of me for being bald, but let me ask you, what's under that head wrap, man?
A
Too
lot
much
of hair.
That's what they want you to think.
Don't.
Get me with the baseball. Okay, well, hold on, check this out. Oh, yeah. Damn.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
have-
think it's a little bit rude and offensive for you to have so much hair when Sam has so little.
You ever think of donating
I
it?
literally couldn't hear anything anyone just said. So
It was
I'm
so.
rolling with my favorite dice. This is the
Okay,
one that
well.
rolls frequent 20s.
You know, I don't know if everyone in here, I am a teacher. I don't know why I was going to say it was. I tell my first class I ever taught, they made me bald.
Hell yeah.
So he chugged it.
Yeah.
And he puts the glass down. You feel a little bit of a bubble in your stomach, especially because there was a lot more debris in that drink than any drink you've ever had before, like sediment type stuff. But he goes and pours another, and he plops it down in front of you. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, you got it. It's 7.
This one, he kind of turns his head and places down, but you still feel that rumbling in your tummy that's getting worse as you pile a little more on. And you're kind of feeling like a throbbing in your head just a little bit, but he places another drink in front of you.
Let's do this. That's a 3.
Oh my! We both kept rolling worse and worse, but you've rolled worse than me. So he places it down, and he kind of lets out a burst of the kind of sick, gross smell of the beer, and it hits you right in the face as you put your drink down, and that's like the thing that puts you over the edge. You turn, and you throw up on the ground. You are not drunk. But
Nerd.
you evacuate your stomach first. So
Shoot. That was close.
I mean, you got 3 drinks pretty quick on day 1, so I'd say that's impressive. You still look like a nerd. I didn't really change that, but
Well, I used to be a librarian.
wow. So you were a nerd.
Yes.
You're really only digging yourself further.
I
into
was like you for nerds.
Mm.
You see, you're like the bar guy. You give people alcohol. I gave people books.
Ah. Cool. Okay. I know what a librarian is. I mean, I don't know why you're acting like I might be down here now, but I was once where you were,
Just
theoretically.
didn't seem impressed by the analogy was all.
No.
John, how long have you been here?
Good point.
Ooh, Jerry, how long's it been? And Jerry kind of kinks his head out, and he's like, it's been about, 5.5 years. He turns his head, 5.5 years.
What? You guys come together?
No, Jerry was here when I got here. Jerry's been here the longest.
Oh.
Jerry, how long have you been here?
Well, hard to say. Somewhere in the realm of between 5.5 years and 15, probably. Kind of lost count.
Okay.
There was definitely a time before Algernon. I mean, goes back to making the gruel.
So this
Guys,
is
we
definitely
got-
prison.
We gotta get down those floors. I cannot be here.
Can't turn into a hurry. No offense.
Out the window.
Yes.
Question, whenever.
Yep.
So what does it look like? You look out and it's just water.
So here, are you guys watching my stream?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull up a map. And Sam, if you're thinking this is a map that you will be seeing in our D&D campaign, this is that.
I wasn't, but thank you.
Yes. Well,
I am now. Oh, I've seen this map.
yes, you have seen this map. But okay. So, you
Welcome, Sam.
all you see this kind of gigantic, miles and miles long cavern. This huge cavernous space, right? And from your vantage point, so essentially on this map, if it would let me zoom in, you are to put it in perspective, you are up here. Do you see my mouse? You're up here looking out, and you can see the kind of glowing purple lake. There's the forest there. There's the red hue of this kind of lava area, but you can't quite make it out because you'd have to look around the mountains to see that. And then off to the side, there's this kind of sickly-looking forest. But there's also the evidence of another chunk of, like, ancient kind of building that had been there for a while. The mountains on this map are not just mountains. They are full pillars, ceiling to floor. They are supporting the cavern, right? So they are supporting the kind of space within this cavern. But this
underground. Then,
you
right?
are underground. Yes, I described there is a ceiling of stone above, and cavern that stretches out for as far as you can see.
Oh, like, we could go through the window.
Do you say that?
Well, I'm at the window by myself, but
You think yeah. I mean, the window is clear. There is no reason why you could not go through the window.
but he said the only way was through.
I walk over to the window. I want to see how far that drop looks.
Looking down, so are you looking down specifically in that kind of space below you? There's the mountainous kind of cavern supports that kind of go out in a V around this particular building that you're in. It looks like someone took a whole city district and like the main tower or skyscraper within it and shoved it into the ground. That's what this kind of space you're in looks like. Far below you, probably several hundred feet below you, there is a courtyard, a kind of vast courtyard that has like a wall archway at the end, and where that courtyard ends is where the evident kind of paved and maintained ground ends, right? You can see there is like the normal cave ground where there appears to be maybe some sort of grass or plains-like biome beyond that kind of plinth where the city district has landed. But these kind of smooth tile stone floors, these kind of intentionally created areas end right there at the edge of where that courtyard is.
Alice, I mean, I don't see why we couldn't just leave through the window. But he said that we could only go through. And I mean, like, I can wild shape. I can turn it to, like, something that can fly and carry us. But maybe I heard these two gentlemen at this table speaking about the third floor. So I might go chat with them, and maybe you can ask why we can't leave through the window?
I could do that. Are you gonna be okay? I mean, these look like kind of, I don't know.
I don't know, like, how do I look?
I mean, you look like a towering goddess, so I guess you'll be fine.
I mean, if you want to come with me, we can, and then we can just ask him after, but up to you.
Yeah, I know, you go for it. We'll split up. Go talk to them. And, yeah, be nice.
Okay, we'll start with Sibby then, because we've been having a conversation between the three of us for a little while now. So, Sibby, you approach the table where they were before talking about the third floor, the one where they talk about the tunnel. You're walking up to it. There is a dwarf. There's actually two dwarves that look to be potentially brothers. Like, they look very familiar, like as if they are part of the same family. And then kind of there is a what appears to be a gnomish man in front of them, and half elven man sitting at the table as well. Yes, you are huge walking up to them. And do you kind of like walk around the table so you're on the side where the kind of more nerdy looking gnome man is, or do you walk
Straight on up.
Okay, so you walk straight on up, so you're directly behind the two burly dwarfs that are sitting in front of you.
Hi. So sorry to interrupt. I'm new here. Couldn't help but notice that you guys were talking about a tunnel to the 3rd floor. I'm Sibby, by the way.
Right. The gnome kind of looks up at you. He appears to be kind of potentially the most personable of the people here. He's the most expressive. The elf appears to be very flat expressioned. He's kind of staring off into space a little bit, the half elf. But then there is the two dwarves kind of looking up at you. They're like fully bearded and like they've got like hair. They got like kind of dreads in their hair, like really matted kind of. They look like dwarves, right? But they are like straight up at you like this, and then the dwarf that was kind of the most aggressive and the one that was like a part of the conversation earlier, kind of says to you, "Right, and why did you walk up to our table? What's so special about us again?"
Just the fact that I overheard you guys talking about it.
So we're just listening in to other people's conversations now? Is that the
Yeah.
is that the kind of rules we got around here? He kind of stands up. I didn't realize we were all listening in on each other. You know what? You guys over there, why don't you share all your thoughts and opinions with us, huh? And there's like an orc table he points at. They just kind of like look through under their eyes and they kind of grumble. He says, I don't really take kindly to someone listening in to all of the stuff that we are gaining and gleaning. Are you planning on doing something with that information?
Well, yeah, I was kind of offering you guys a way out because you guys were the only ones that were.
You know the way out?
I'm pretty good at figuring things out.
You're our keeper? Are you the one who brought us here then? And he kind of
No,
begins to pull a sledgehammer from his back.
I'm not gonna lie, sir. Let's just take a deep breath. I'm Sibby. I just arrived. I want to get out of here. You are the only people here I've heard talk about getting out of here. And so what I'm offering you is my incredible service of helping.
We don't need a guide. And he sits back down at the table, places the sledgehammer.
I'm gonna look at the gnome. What about you?
Since you've just described as kind of just coming here, I'm not so sure that you could be much of a guide for us. We know more than you, and you know, you've just told us you've been here for the first time, and we've been down several times, several years now, several times. So,
Chair up. Sit down.
Okay.
So,
Like in between the dwarves, or?
no, just I'll come over by the gnome.
Okay, so you walk around the table to get the gnome. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I can't guide you, but would you, if not, I'll walk away and we never have to speak again. But could you at least tell me what you know?
Well, we know probably as much as anyone else here, that we all kind of woke up and found this place, but I'll tell you this, and as he's kind of talking, the dwarves across the table are not stopping him, they're just kind of grumbling to themselves. They seem like they're probably not bad guys, they're just really on edge and tired, maybe, you know. They don't want to be here as much as anyone else doesn't want to be here. But the gnome is like, the way down is not safe. There's kind of a constant flow of new and terrifying contraptions and creations really, that are kind of impeding us. You have to fight or stealth or find your way through some way. And the hope is that once you hit the bottom, if you can make it past the last of the dregs, you can hopefully find somewhere free to go, because beyond the holes when they open up, there is no other way through than down.
Thank you very much for sharing. And if I figure out a way to get out, anyone's welcome. I really like you guys.
I do have one more piece of advice for you.
Yes.
So you're new here. You've come through the caves like everyone else. There's the window. You can't tell any other way through right now, right?
Right.
Soon, and he kind of leans in, he kind of whispers, he says, soon there's going to be a hole that opens in the ground, a staircase down. I do not recommend being one of the first people through.
Okay.
Let the people who have done this plenty of times now be the first ones down. Right?
Right.
Right.
And the window's a no-go?
No.
Okay.
Do not go through the window.
What if you can fly, though?
You think you're the first person to come down here that can fly? You think the rest of us hadn't thought of that?
Okay. You're right.
You know,
that's fair.
all of us were told not to do that. A couple years ago, some bright upstart who was like, I'm going to get the fuck out of here, flew out that window. You want to know what happened to him?
Yes.
By the time he was about 20 feet away from the edge, he was eviscerated. Fully just gone. Like, there was a puff, and then a burnt feather came flowing down. A loud bang hit our ears shortly after.
Cool.
So unless you want that to happen to you, I'd recommend staying kind of here within the walls, going through.
What's your name?
What is my name? Damn it! Stop asking me questions I can't answer. Hold on. My name is my name's Hamilton.
Hamilton. Thank you so much, Hamilton.
Right? Hamilton, and that's George, and that's Thomas, and right there's Aaron.
Got it. Thanks.
Is Madison anywhere?
Madison died.
The one that tried to go out the window.
Shortly before Charles did.
No.
All right, I'll head back to the group. Kind of going like this to Alice.
Okay, so Alice, because I mean, there's a whole conversation that you're gonna have before that. So why don't you have your conversation?
Okay. I mean, I was gonna also ask Algernon about the window. Does he give me a similar response?
Well, why don't you ask him?
So, I gotta state the obvious, Algernon. Can I call you Algie?
No. What? Algae? Like the green shit in the water? No.
Alright, Algie, I gotta state the obvious.
Algernon. I have a full name.
Can I not be charming?
Call me Al if you want to call me something, but don't call me Algie. I mean, why would you shorten it to Algie? That's only like one less syllable, and it's makes me sound disgusting.
Thing.
Al is the beginning of my name. A-L is a thing that people are called.
So I'm looking over here. I'm seeing
You're not the brightest bulb in the bunch, are you?
me.
I just thought I'd ask an obvious question. Go ahead. You're looking out the window, and you're thinking, I can jump that.
Well, not that to jump it, right?
Right.
Some people might.
Some people
I'm
have.
very intelligent and smart, but why would you not do that?
Why would I? Well, first of all, I would not survive a fall out a window that high.
Okay, let's say you had wings. Would you?
If I had wings... See, for a while I wasn't sure. I didn't believe people the first time I came in. But a couple years ago, there was this young little upstart, Madison. That little fucker got blown away by the cannons down there.
Cannons.
Yeah, the cannons at the rampart at the end of the courtyard down there.
happens?
Would they just go off if someone tries to go off the edge?
I don't know if it's quite that simple, but the moment they detect something flying through the sky, they kind of lock on. Everyone's hair stands on end, and then phew, the thing's gone. The thing no longer exists.
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh
Did
my.
anyone try climbing down rather than flying?
If you think you could make the climb, but then you're still stuck getting out through the courtyard. And I mean, I think people have maybe tried to climb, but I think it's the same issue. If you can climb down quick enough, maybe the cannons won't track onto you. But
So, Al, let me ask you this. How many times have you tried to get out?
0.
0.
Yeah, 0 times. Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't really. It's not my whole thing. I was a bartender, and then I woke up here. Like, I mean, I'm not an adventurer.
But why do you think you woke up here? I mean, I'm trying to piece it together. It seems like we're all here to do something. Well, why?
Why do I think that I woke up here?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. That is a question for the ages. Why do you think you woke up here? If you think that you've got something so special and important about you, why do you think that you woke up here?
Maybe we're meant to find something here, me and my friends.
Maybe. And maybe I was meant to serve drinks to those people who would try to make their way and find something special here.
Any advice? I mean, it looks like we're gonna have to.
Don't die.
Good.
I think that's pretty good advice, but
I'll drink to that. Metaphorically, I'm not putting that shit in my mouth again.
would you like a water?
You have water?
I can get Jerry to make you some water. Jerry peeks out. He's like, "Hey, I can get you some water."
That would be great. I'm parched.
Jerry steps out. He grabs a glass from like what appears to be like where they just clean dishes type deal, like it's a clean dish, right? He bends his elbow like this, and from like the space between his armor and his like mushy, fleshy underneath the chitin, there's a spurt of water that into the thing, and he like brings it over. It's a little frothy, but like as he places it in front of you, it appears to be good water, clean water. He's like, "There you go." And as he's kind of stepping out, you notice he's got 4 arms and 4 legs and like kind of a long. He's got like a 3-point body and like an antenna.
Absolutely not.
He's like, "There you are."
Thank you.
No problem. And he turns and he gets on all of his limbs and kind of skitters back into the kitchen. And then
I don't know how to explain this to any of you, but I have a really deep down burning desire to pounce on Jerry, and I'm just holding myself back. I just really want to swat him.
I have a question for Al. Or for really just a general question. Al, you wouldn't happen to have any incense, would you?
you're asking if I have incense?
Or do you know someone who
You're
does?
asking if I have incense?
I am!
I love burning incense, of course. And he turns and he grabs a couple. He's like, "Would you like jasmine or lavender?"
Oh, I love lavender.
Oh yes, lavender's my favorite. So you better burn it good, all right? And he hands it over.
Okay, I'm gonna do a great job with it, and Adam, I'm going to at ritual cast Find Familiar.
Okay, go for it. You take
And
10
get-
minutes to find a familiar.
I'll do that while they're having conversation.
Okay.
Just familiar, and I get a little pseudo dragon.
Little pseudo dragon. All right.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna say Sibby walks back up to the group around the time you get your pseudo dragon. Let's just say that.
Let's go.
Nope, the window is bad.
Yeah, I don't think the window is the way to go. You want some
Gang.
water?
Yeah, sure, thanks.
There's a rumbling in the room as you hand over the water, and the kegs on the table. Felicity, are you still drinking from the kegs at all, or are you just kind of like letting them sit there?
I finished them.
Oh, they're done. Oh, good. They kind of rattle and topple over, and like any dregs of liquid that's left kind of drips out onto the ground. It appears no one else is worried. Like, it is business as usual. Algernon kind of puts a hand on his incense and kind of lets it settle. And then in the center of the room, where there are no tables or anything, but like towards the center of the room in the kind of nice tiled areas, a staircase has appeared by kind of dipping into the ground. And there's this kind of pit-like staircase that leads down.
This is gonna lead. This is the only way out. I don't know how much time we have for it to be open, but I was told not to be the first people down.
Missy, it stays open for about half a day. It's during normal working hours. So it's about 8 hours to 12 hours, depending on the day. But,
Does that stay the same going back up?
no. It's the same place to wait to get back up, but if you're stuck down there, you're stuck down there until the next time it opens.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Okay.
Most parties go in. This you happen to come at a time that pretty much everyone was here, but we got a couple. There's 2 parties that are still down there somewhere, but if you're trying to find a way out, I recommend potentially preparing to stay down there for a little while.
Well, we've got all we need, so.
Do we?
Have you stayed down there for a day before it opened back up?
I think you missed it. I haven't gone down there at all.
Oh, wrong person. Where's Algae guy?
That is Algernon.
Wait, what?
Algernon has not
You've
been
never
down there.
gone down there?
No, I'm a bartender. I've never hurt a fly. All right, I don't even know. I don't know how to swing a weapon or cast a spell. I have the gift of gab. That's all I've got. Not the spell though. I've just
Play
the.
queen.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Al the ally. That's what he is. Okay.
Sure.
I mean, do we need? What do we have? I mean, do we need food? Do we need water?
Probably.
I'm ready to get out of here, but I also don't want to die. We might already be dead. I'm still not convinced this isn't purgatory, but if we are alive, love to die.
Up to sleep, water skin, torch.
I am profoundly confident I would go up and not to purgatory, so I don't think we're dead.
Wow, that was quite arrogant.
I'm a cleric. I worship a god.
Oh.
Yeah, I have this little neutral good dragon with me. He's a friend. I'm a good guy.
Yeah, Jerry would go to heaven as well. He would not go to some purgatory or hell. That guy is like religious about it.
Yeah.
He's got a shrine back there and everything.
I run like the children's program at the library.
Go ahead, Felicity.
I've got a question for our resident nerd.
Yeah.
Can you also make elbow water like Jerry can?
No. Don't know that.
Okay, I think we should ask Jerry if he can also come, because we might need more water if we get stuck down there for a day. And, you know, cockroaches, they don't die. Or whatever bug
cockroaches?
it is, but it looks like a giant roach, so.
Jerry! He peeks around the corner. Yeah? You want to go down with this group? He's like, hell no. What? Why would I do that? He's like, that's what I thought. Go back to cooking some slop, Jerry.
Could we get maybe a couple skins of water filled?
Jerry! Yeah?
He should just stay up here. He can be part of the group.
He's cooking slop. He can't stay up here. He's got stuff to do. All right.
Well,
Jerry.
I didn't realize it was a really hands-on recipe.
They're looking for some water to go. And Jerry goes, oh, sure. 4 arms like this. And there's actually, you didn't notice it until just now. There is like a whole wall of what appear to be like water what's it called? Livers or whatever they're called, like the water sacks.
The skins?
It's water skin. Thank you. Yes, that's kind of what I was looking for. I couldn't remember what it's called. And they're all open. And he walks up to them. He goes and starts shooting water from his elbows into them. And they fill up. He's corking them as he's doing it. He's like flipping his elbows up and doing it. He's like, "How many you want?
4 more?
4?" And he pops a few open and lets them drain. Because
No, 6.
6. All right. And he closes. He squirts a little more in those, and he closes them back up again.
Sorry.
Just 6.
Sorry, all of you. I panicked.
We could. What if we did?
I mean, take as much as you want to carry. I mean, it's more than likely just going to end up right back on the wall.
Oh, good.
And so,
I mean, with that attitude, yeah.
listen, I've been here for 5.5 years. 5.5 years. That's right, 5.5 years. And I am not sure that I'm confident I've never seen anyone make it past that courtyard. So I don't have any belief that you are going to do anything different than that. It was nice meeting you. I hope to see you again. And he grabs the water skins off the wall and he hands them all over to you guys.
Well,
But
let me
somebody
tell you.
has gotten to the courtyard.
What was that?
You just said you've never seen somebody get past the courtyard, but
Yep.
they have gotten to the courtyard.
Yep. A couple
Outside.
parties have gotten to the courtyard, yeah.
And then what happens?
Well, it's not pretty. Here. He flips up a stone, like, thing that's behind the counter. He walks around, he goes towards the window, and he, like, gestures for you to come over. As this conversation's going on, a couple parties have started to descend down the staircase. The gnome and the dwarf group that you walked up to, Sibby, they are still kind of gathering their things and kind of psyching themselves up, but they appear to be getting ready to go down as well. He leads you to the ledge. Huh?
I just want to watch what people are doing to prepare.
Yeah.
But
He leads you to the ledge, and he kind of points down, and he says, "So you see up there on the walls?" And you can see where he points. There are two kind of massive, strange structures that, at a distance, you can't quite make out what they are, but they look to be like huge, solid pieces of stone with like kind of a round connection to the wall. And he says, "Those right there are the cannons. Once you enter that little area, there's kind of a flurry of things that happen that's hard to figure out and parse what exactly is going on, but there's like this cloud of dust and flashing lights, fire, arcane energy spewing from spout to spot, and the cannons start firing. And the couple of parties in my time that I've seen make it down there have been wiped out clean in that courtyard trying to get across by either the cannons or whatever the hell that magical energy is."
what is the point of this place? Dad! Is this
I'll
hell?
tell you, I think we're in a prison. Like, we're serving life sentences.
Ew.
And we all have committed undescribed crimes at some point in our lives. And there's just crummy, sloppy, gross food and one type of drink.
An
We
elbow.
have
You
to
didn't
do
have
our
to
labor
say
to
that
get
about the
it.
food. I mean, Jerry put his life
I'm
and
sorry,
soul into
Jerry.
that.
I could tell.
He's literally putting himself into it a lot. You know, the
No.
liquids and there's nothing. It's like magic, right? I mean, come on.
Right. Yeah.
Is the slop his poop?
You know, I haven't asked him, but it's good poop if it is. So
I mean, it sounds like even if we make it out, if we make it down, we won't make it out unless we figure out what's making those cannons go off or what sort of spell that is. I don't know. I don't know much
We
about.
just ran really fast.
You know, there was a group that tried that, and they made it pretty far. They didn't make it out, but they made it pretty far.
What if we just ran a little faster than those guys?
They did have a couple goblins with some shorter legs, and you guys are mostly taller people, so hey.
I like our chances.
Do you know? Do these cannons go off of seeing you?
I haven't been down there, so I couldn't. I could just tell you what I could see from up here was that we had heard from other parties that some had made it down and hadn't come back up in so long, but they were confident they had made it further, and then we kind of just had a slot party and watched from the window, watched them get blown to smithereens.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Very sad.
It was kind of yeah. It was. I will say, the last kind of bit of information. He points down. Looking down, there is like a few larger shapes in that courtyard, but you can't quite make out what they are because your dark vision is good, but it can't go that far, right? So you can't like see those, and it's very dark down there. But you can see kind of like the shapes of some larger things down there. He says, the one thing I can tell you that was a little disturbing, in the least, was something down there started to move when they got in. More than just the cannons. Something huge. And in that light show, we can only kind of see glimpses of it. It was moving about. I think that may have something to do with it. Have you heard about what inhabits the floors below yet at all?
No, but
No?
I almost say I want to be surprised.
Oh, okay, sure. I mean, if you want to be surprised, I don't have to tell you. And he starts to walk back to
Okay.
where he's
She's
working.
drunk.
I'm drunk too.
I think I'm scared of the horrors I've heard about today.
Are you also drunk in addition to scared of the horrors?
Perhaps.
I think I
Mayhaps.
could fix that if you didn't want to be.
It's how I function the best.
It's
Okay.
for the
I wouldn't want to take that away from you. You guys want to go down the hole?
What, Alice?
I guess we have to. I don't know.
I know. I wish there was another way. I mean, the window is an option. I can turn invisible and fly down and see, but
It just does not sound promising.
doesn't.
Well-
I'm sure lots of people have tried it.
Yeah, it sounds like you might turn into a cooked chicken.
Mm.
Did we try going up? Like, are we sure the roof, the ceiling isn't breakable?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Anyone got a fireball?
I mean, I could just shoot a little magic at it. But
If you want to, if we're gonna go down, I want you to make sure you like you're feeling charged.
oh yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm just gonna shoot an eldritch blast at the ceiling.
Okay.
Pew!
You shoot a chunk of rock and it kind of falls in the middle of your group. And the rock, as it hits the ground, kind of begins to like crumble and turn to ash. And then you see the hole in the ceiling that you made begins to reform and flatten back out.
No. Cool. Cool.
Great,
Cool. Cool.
great.
Cool.
So we're in a haunted mansion.
Doriak. Doriak.
Hmm.
Where's Matt Doriak?
Yeah, man.
You don't know him, but he's a great guy.
I've heard of him.
Simple guy. Yeah.
He's the guy. He has a magic viola.
Yes, you know him.
Okay. Yes.
The orgies too.
What?
What?
He was my former employer.
You wouldn't know version. And then he
That's fucked up. That's fine. You know what?
What, did you make a vow of chastity? Oh! Burn!
Jerry probably did. That's fucked up to make.
No,
these rolls.
no, my vow is the opposite. I have to have sex. That's how I pray.
Too much, Al. Wait, is that Jerry?
That was Jerry.
So much.
Me and Jerry are making sweet love later when you guys are all out of the way.
Let's get out of here, guys.
Okay. So, Sibby, you had noticed that what it appeared to be is the stuff that was kind of scattered about the room. Those were all of the people's supplies, right? Besides the slop on their plates and like the drinks that they were drinking, like out of the cups. They pack almost all that stuff away, and what's left in this room are just the stone tables. Like it is, and of course, Jerry and Algernon, right? But as you're kind of watching people dive in the hole, there was a couple of people that you saw. There were 2 people you saw go in alone. There was this another tabaxi actually, with like very, very pristine kind of white fur. She went down the hole alone between groups. The kobold grumbling with the backpack full of shit and clinking around. He like slings it up and then he kind of skitters down the hole himself. And how, I mean, there's like only another group or 2 left. Do you want to let them go first or what's the plan?
Maybe we don't want to be in the very back.
No.
I was about to say.
Bad.
I feel like that might be bad luck.
Should we run down really fast now, just in case they go? Just like that?
We can maybe tag behind or tag like very closely to another group, perhaps.
But then what if they're...
Evil?
I was going to say stupid and just walk into a trap.
Well, that's a very, very good point, Elias.
Well, then that means they would die first, and we would be behind the trap.
Truer words have never been said. Let's follow them.
So, okay, there is the orc party left, and then there is a group of 2 people that appear to be 2 tieflings. Who are you going to try to tag behind?
Guess whoever goes
Just the next group?
Yeah.
Okay. The next group to go are the orcs. There are 5 orcs in their group. They grab their things. They look to be probably one of the most prepared groups. Maybe like they've been here pretty long time. But they go diving down. You guys are gonna follow? Okay.
Yeah, like distance, but yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull my dagger, by the way,
Just kind of have it ready.
You guys, I'm nervous. I have 11 hit points.
Have 11 hit points?
Yes, I'm nervous. I think I might die.
You're going to die for sure.
I don't know how I only have 11.
Oh,
You
I do too. Did we
no.
not
You
have a
should
lot?
hold on. First of all, Sibby, have you been rolling your HP? Because I don't know how you have 11 hit points.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and roll?
What? How
Actually,
do do
you would
this?
need to roll two d8s.
What?
I only have 19, Adam.
That sounds about right for you.
Okay.
7.
What does it do?
Roll
What do
another
I do?
one.
I already. I
Oh,
rolled
so
that
7 is
2D.
total? Okay. So go to manage by your name. Did you click that? Go to manage characters and levels. Manage hit points.
What?
And then add 7 to the number, the rolled HP.
Oh my word! I've never done this.
Yeah.
What-
Add 7 hit points to the rolled HP.
Okay. Okay. Well, now I'm at 15. And that.
D8, D8. Yeah, you guys, I think that's about
hit
right. So actually, also, if you have not clicked it, everyone click long rest just to be safe. Click long rest on your page. It should be towards the top of the page. Just simply because you
But-
woke up from something just now.
But I did use disguise self.
So make sure you mark that you use disguise self. But
I still have inspiration. I don't know if that's true, but I have inspiration.
If it's on your sheet, you still got it.
Adam, is it super dark down here?
It is. It's very dark. Well, hold on. So pause. We haven't gone in the hole yet. How long are you letting those? How long are you letting them walk ahead? Like, are you just letting them get to the bottom of the stairs and then you're following, or are you going to count to a certain number, or what's the deal?
We just want to keep them in eyesight.
Okay. So once they hit the bottom of the stairs, they're going to start going out of your vision. So I'm guessing you guys are going to go follow down after them then.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go down the stairs, and it is dark as shit down there. Those with dark vision, which are the two people I mentioned before, so Alice and Felicity can see up to 60 feet, I think, in front of you.
I also have dark vision.
Also can. Yes, you also can. You can see the group they are making pretty good pace in front of you, but they're about they're about 35, 40 feet ahead of you, going straight. When you get to the bottom of the steps, there is a left. There's a left and a right, and there's a straight, and it's these kind of huge hallways with vaulted ceilings. The staircase down was a fairly long walk. It was probably at least 30 feet down the steps. The party is moving at a pretty good clip. They're progressing straight down the hallway. They're going down the straight path. You can see there are a couple of places, like peeking around the corner left and right. There is, like, further down the hallway, there's a couple places where there is, like, a light source of some kind, like a red light up on the wall, or kind of just like it's like a building where there should be lights on, like it looks to be. Let me give you a better description of this place. As you're kind of stepping into it, it's like a factory almost. It feels like there is these huge walls, kind of metal and well carved stone on either side. The place is built for purpose and for efficiency, not necessarily beauty. Like it's not a cathedral, right? It's very clearly not somewhere that people put the time and care to make a fanciful looking place. These are broad walled hallways with high ceilings, smooth floors, made for large kind of loads of things to go in and out of, big groups of people to move about. The doors, there is a door you can see about 25 feet on your right down the main hallway that is very tall. It's like floor to ceiling tall. It's like this huge fucking door.
So wait, question. Is that if we went straight about 20 feet down going straight?
Yes,
there would be a door on
20
the right?
20 feet down going straight on the right. So in that straight hallway on the right, there is a door. And in the left, the left and the right, the left has no doors. The right has a door. The doors are all heading towards the center of the building mostly, or like inwards. They are not heading into the mountain or where the staircase came from, right? But there is also the distinct sound of kind of a heavy, deep thudding, like a large stone or metal structure colliding with another big piece of metal or stone. Like a thunk, like every varying between like 15 and 30 seconds.
As we're descending the very first stairs, I just want to say, tunnel to the left leads to the third floor, but it's usually covered and blocked.
Wait,
just put it out there.
Is it currently blocked? It's not currently blocked.
But it leads to a out that's usually blocked, I guess.
Should we check?
We have to split off from following people.
We would, but it might be worth it if it takes us to the 3rd floor.
Yes.
Did you say that?
Someone said it's hard to make to the 3rd floor. The friends that I made.
Oh.
Yes. So it's
Also,
hard to make to the 3rd floor, but. Yeah.
Does anybody need a light?
Yes, I do.
You have like a stabby thing you fight with, or a sticky thing you hit people with, or
Oh,
a book
yeah.
you read out of? Here,
I
hold.
have a sickle.
Here, give me 1 second, and I will cast the cantrip light on your sickle.
So now it
So-
casts light.
Yay, the
It
nerds.
will. It casts bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for 20 more feet.
Whoa. That was awesome. Thank you so much, Elias. It was awesome. It's like it's on fire.
It, well, it is almost on fire. So what do we think? Do we go left, straight, follow those guys?
I do what the pal said. I mean, we know more about Sibby's new friends than we do these random orc guys. So.
True, these guys.
Yeah.
Well, then we can try it. We'll just split off and go left.
All right. So you start
Left it
heading
is.
left. Okay. What's the
Also-
marching order?
Adam, I'm not sure.
Who's the stealthiest?
Not trying to what?
Adam, did you see the Carly's message? I just don't know.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I might have to get off soon. It's 11. I just have work early.
Oh. Shoot. Okay. Can we go? How much longer can you go?
I can give you like 10 more minutes.
Okay. Let's just do 10 more minutes and we'll try to find a good stopping spot. Okay?
I know there's not a good one right now.
No. We'll find a good one, trust me. Okay. So you're heading left. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So who's leading?
I'll go second.
I will volunteer to go 3rd.
Nice.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Who's the stealthiest?
I am, I think.
I think you are.
I have +6 on stealth.
Do you also
So
have
yeah.
the best
First.
perception?
Guess I'll bring
Yeah.
up fear and
Probably,
charm my
actually.
way out of any attacks.
I might.
No,
What is your?
Felicity has the best perception.
Okay.
Yeah, I have +5 on perception and +6 on stealth.
Got two tall people and the tall women in the front.
Yes. It's a staircase down. Yes.
Really?
Well, actually, it's kind of a and then down. But okay, so going that way, Felicity, can you just give me a perception check, please?
Ah. Fuck. Okay, 7 + 5. I got 12.
12. Okay. Yeah. So as you're kind of walking through this hallway, I imagine you guys are going easily, but you're not trying to, you know. So you're walking down this hallway, going down this way. There do not appear to be any traps or tripwires or anything dangerous as you're kind of coming down this hallway. You come to a corner though. Approaching, there is this kind of red light on the wall, like I described before. It looks like kind of just like a pilot light, or like not a pilot light. You know the lights that stay on in buildings when the power's out. It's like one of those lights, but it's a kind of a dark red. It's not flashing or anything, but there is a corner and it turns right, deeper towards the facility. Would you like to go around the corner?
I think we should go around the corner.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to go around the corner.
I would also like, well. Wait. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna
Do we
cast
need to-
detect magic, but it says it's blocked by 1 foot of stone, and we're surrounded by stone. So
Yeah.
I won't be able to see what's coming.
Yep. All right. So as you're kind of walking down this next hallway, I'm going to let that 15 ride. or 12 ride. You are still, there are no traps in this immediate hallway, but there is a door to your right, and then the hallway continues straight to another corner.
What way does the corner at the end of the hallway go?
It turns right.
Oh boy. Going in a circle.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
You haven't quite made a circle yet. You've only turned right once.
Let's commit, baby.
So you're going to stick left? You're holding the left wall in the maze?
We totally could.
All right.
Yeah.
So you continue down. You turn right because the left wall turns right as well. There is, as you're kind of walking down this next little patch with your 12, you don't notice any traps. But there is a door to your right and to your left. And then there is a path that continues straight ahead of you. And that path goes right and left as well.
Oh man.
Okay,
That's right, so
wait.
that's-
So, if I'm thinking about this right, the door to our right now might lead us to actually connect back up to where the orc party went. Depending on like how far we've actually gone. Or maybe turning right in the hallway would. One or the other. But that might lead to us double backing on ourselves.
Let's go left.
Yeah.
To the left door or through left at the hallway?
Hallway?
We don't want to try one of these doors.
Well, up to you guys. We've got
we
8
not?
hours. or something.
Could we knock? Is that what she said?
I said, should we knock?
Well, so one door is shut. The door on the right is shut. The door on the left is slightly ajar.
Good.
I could send my pseudo dragon in there,
Okay. Yeah.
and he is able to communicate simple ideas, emotions, and images with me.
Just tell him to say scary or not scary.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right,
Um,
so
Or live.
I'm gonna send him in. All
Yeah. I
right,
think his name will be Blippo.
Blippo. Okay.
Blippo!
Blippo kind of flies. You telling him to be safe or like
Be safe.
stealthy? Okay. So he flies and he kind of flies up high and kind of grips onto the edge of the door that's like kind of ajar and then slinks in. And you get a couple messages in your head. You get more doors,
Okay. More doors.
papers, tables, stuff.
I see.
And that's pretty much. I mean, he doesn't say really much anything more than that. He's
Okay.
here. Let me actually roll for him really quick.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything more than that.
Do you need his stats?
Well, I rolled a 4, so probably not.
He has a +3 to perception. That's
Yeah,
a
that's a 7. So he doesn't tell you anything more.
7. Okay. Oh, and he has a proficiency bonus of 2, which is proficient, so he has a 9.
Still doesn't tell you anything more.
Yeah, I'm just giving him all the credit Blippo deserves, you
Okay.
know?
What would you like to do?
He says there's more doors and papers. Maybe there's something we could read and
Okay.
learn about these cannons.
Yeah, good
I don't think
idea.
there's no monster, which is really all that I'm
Yeah.
worried.
Definitely.
Let's head on in then.
All right. You step through the door. Are you being
Roll-
any sort of stealthy or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't Felicity give me a stealth check real quick, and your stealth will be
Okay.
just for the party. We're not gonna have everyone roll for the sake of time.
It fell over. Hold on. See it.
Adam, I really thought you were about to kill Blippo.
Me
No.
too.
I would have been so sad if you
I'm
killed
not.
Blippo.
I'm not a
named him, and I
mean
thought
guy.
you were just
But
gonna
also,
have him
Blippo
kill
can
her.
just come back in 10 minutes. Blippo.
You
I don't have any more incense, dude.
Oh, well. What was that?
I landed on 17
Okay.
plus 6. I got 23.
So you sneak into the room, and you all kind of spread out a little bit into the doorway. You can see there are 3 other doors in this room. There's one kind of further down the left wall. There's one central on the right wall, and there's one directly across from you. But this room is filled with kind of tables and like busted up, broken down stools. There's papers and tools kind of all scattered around this room. There's this kind of large structure off to the side. Some sort of large stone structure off to the side. Just various things kind of scattered throughout the room.
You said, I'm sorry, there were 3 other doors, one straight, one left, one right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And on the left wall, there is kind of a large stone structure of some kind. And then there's papers scattered across the tables.
Okay.
I will cast Detect Magic now.
Okay.
That's magic.
You sense a... there's actually a fair amount of magic in this room. There's like a very low-level, latent amount of magic coming from most of the tools in the room. But that large kind of stone structure on the wall has a very present, prominent level of magic coming from it. If you want to know the school, I will have to look it up. Give me a second.
That has a lot of magic coming from it, you guys.
Ooh,
Don't
like
know if it's a
good
good
magic?
thing. Huh?
Good magic or bad magic?
I don't know. Give me a second.
And someone tell us.
I don't know, but I'm kind of trying to stay away from things that could be magical creatures.
Hmm.
What if it is a
Nice.
helpful?
Yes. That would be awesome.
What if it makes like cheesecake or something? Be nice.
I don't think,
Delicious.
I don't think that that's
Delicious.
I mean, it's
There's
unlikely, sure.
a lot of these papers are magical. And all these are tools.
The tools are magic. Well,
Oh,
the tools are not
right.
like useful magical. Whatever magic was in them is kind of gone, but there is like the evidence that there was once magic within them.
Copy that. Pretend.
Can I
Let's do it.
investigate the papers while you're doing them?
Sure.
Whatever.
Give me an investigation check while you're doing that.
Okay.
Can I help?
Sure. You have advantage.
15 plus 4, 19.
Sibby, are you going to do anything with your detect magic of the...
Do I know it's
It appears to be conjuration magic.
okay? No, I don't want to touch it. Conjuration. Something could come out of it. That's my thought.
Wait, it makes the. It could make cheesecake.
Elias.
That's a step closer.
Elias.
Better than flop.
Conjuration is a pretty broad school of magic.
Does it have? Does it have a button?
Do you want to go investigate it?
I would love to.
No. Oh no.
I'll be careful.
All right, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Can I hear about my investigation check?
Yeah, what'd you roll? Did you roll at
I got
advantage?
19.
You rolled at advantage?
Who are you talking to?
You, did you roll at advantage?
I don't know. I just clicked it and it said 15 plus 4, 19.
So roll one more time, just in case you get a better roll.
Oh, okay.
That's really good though.
16. So I'll take the 19.
Okay. So, looking
really
around, there is a lot of writing you don't recognize. A lot of various kind of scribblings and things you don't know. But on those papers, there are very clearly like drawings, almost appears to be schematics of some kind, where there is like arcane etchings on them. It's clear they were building something here. What did you get, Elias?
I had a question actually.
Yeah.
Could I try to do an Arcana check instead? To determine
Sure.
what it does? Okay. I got a 7.
Instead, you got a 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go up and you start kind of inspecting this thing, and as you do, you step close, and there's actually kind of the sound of like, almost like a fire kind of kicks to life, and there's this glow that begins to emanate around this big structure, and you can make out kind of some more details as it kind of whirs to life a little bit. You notice that there are 2 very long, kind of large arms either side, stout legs, a large kind of stone torso, and then right from the top of what now you make out to be a face, 2 eyes, red eyes, kind of open up.
Friendly.
No,
It
Elias.
places a hand up on its back and pulls itself off of like a hook that it was on, and it kind of to the ground as like what appears to be some sort of stone creature begins to move.
We're just going.
And that's where we will stop here, because that's, I think, a good stopping point for us.
Oh, Elias, you'll have to come back. We'll have to
I would
play.
love to.
That'll-
That was
yeah.
fun.
Well, yeah, if it's not on a school night, he'll probably
Yeah.
be able to come. So
Absolutely. I will hopefully have a little more time to make my background not need to be blurred.
cleaned up. That was fun. Thank you for being here, Carly. You can leave if you're tired.
Okay.
So.
I'll see you all later.
Bye.
I have a map.
To the
Go
next.
through. Oh, she's
So-
doing it.
We'll do the next one.
Till the next one.
I have a gift.
I have a gift.
Well, there's a meme section.
Not a gif, a gift.
Oh, a gift. Well, I think
Adam.
yes.
So nervous about this place. What if we get stuck down here and die?
That's D&D. That's what happens.
That's D&D, baby.
And hey, here's a little look behind the screen for you. Anyone who shows up next time will appear here in the dungeon with you.
Wow. Oh.
Magic.
Okay.
The same way that you appeared
Argue
in
with
the
magic.
in the stone dungeon.
Can't argue with magic.
You can't. You can't.
Okay, well, we need to. Should we? Okay, yeah, we'll start a text thread and see when people can play. Cause I would love to make it more often.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could do.
I can do most Fridays. I know Fridays are hard though.
Yeah.
I can do most Thursdays too.
Sam
Yeah,
cannot
I-
do most Thursdays. Sam Fisher. But
So
I
we'll
can
do
do
that.
most.
What can you do tonight, Sam?
It is winter break for the public high schools.
What the hell?
Yeah, so I will be up presumably most of the night. Actually.
during summer, he'd be able to do any day.
During summer I could do all day every day, man.
Can you do days, Leah? Like Friday day?
Mm-hmm. But Sam's teacher.
I can
Oh.
after 3.
After 3
Right.
o'clock.
Okay. Cause I.
Because we could just
know
play for
that
a
I
couple
tend
hours.
to have-
Yeah.
I have evening things on Friday for shows and stuff, but
But yeah,
like,
your evenings are later than ours. So
yeah, true.
No, it's earlier, I thought.
no,
Early.
she's in Central Time.
Earlier,
It's later. Your evening
No,
is
I'm-
later.
10 p.m. right now for me.
It's 11:13 for us. So your evening is later. So your time, it would be 2 o'clock. We could start your time.
Hey, I get what you're saying. I was like, no, I'm on an earlier time than you are, but you mean my evening will be. Yes.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. As in, it is 10 o'clock there, meaning it is
Yes.
earlier there. Yes, but it is later here.
Correct.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Sam.
You're
Thanks for that.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. But yeah, okay, that would be awesome. Or whatever would be awesome.
The way my hair is right now, I kind of look like, you guys ever watch Harry Potter? I look
Yes.
like Worm Tongue.
Wormtail?
Yeah, I look like Wormtail.
Is that the rat guy?
Yeah.
What?
It's not a compliment. I'm not complimenting myself right now.
Jeez.
Poor you.
So Gia, you're afraid?
Yes, I'm very afraid.
Good. You should be.
This is like the worst. This is like the most scary thing Sibby has ever seen.
This is the dungeons part of Dungeons and Dragons.
I know. I guess that's true.
And Blippo is the dragon.
The original game was there was no town time. It was all diving in the dungeon. That's why there's long rests and short rests.
Wow. Okay, so this is bringing us back to being adventurers, being real adventurers.
Well, I remember in the first arc, I was told we could handle more combat. We could do more. Fighting. I was told you're making a face now, but you literally yes you did.
I definitely didn't say that. Not me.
We had like one combat, but go ahead, Sam.
I will say, I have done something I've never done before. Elias is a healing machine.
Hell yeah.
So he's made to heal.
He is born to heal. He has like, Adam, I want you to do something real quick because you can see my character sheet.
Yeah, I already saw your.
Look at my spells.
Oh.
Look at how many spells Elias knows.
You have a lot of spells.
Elias,
I'm a healer, so.
yeah, I got it. Elias knows more spells at level 3 than Thomas knew at level 20.
Oh my. Really?
Yeah.
Oh well, most of them are cantrips.
I mean, well.
You have light on there twice.
Yeah. Asimar's got light, and my class gives me light.
Oh.
I also have, I think, like Divine Flame on there twice.
I love. Hell yeah. I love whenever we do sessions because I always get inspired to doodle afterwards.
Oh, your doodles are so cute.
Thank you.
Do you?
You can see one of my doodles in the welcome section if you're interested.
Let me
Sam.
look.
Oh, I saw yours in the meme section.
In the it's in the meme.
Maybe it's in the meme section.
It's in the meme section.
Oh, it's in the
Oh,
meme.
it's so cute.
Both of them
Correct.
are.
It's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
That was from one of our first campaigns.
Did you make it appear that man farted?
Yes, that is one of the other players.
So he basically was dancing with that girl, and we were all watching, and I cast Druidcraft and just made it sound like he
Oh my god.
So yeah, so Sibby's the one casting the spell. The one to the left is Felicity Bobicity. On the far right, that's Alice. In
Yeah.
between them is Eugene the Goblin, who's not here right now.
Oh.
That's the other Sam.
Okay.
In the group, the person standing is Hondo Maltese.
Alright.
I believe that's his full name. He's
Awesome name.
yeah, he is
He's interesting.
farting. And then on the left is what's her name? Petunia Dazzle Reach, I think.
Yeah,
Petunia
that's
Dazzle Reach. She is a world famous.
She's Kim Kardashian.
She's Kim Kardashian, basically.
Oh.
She's the Kim Kardashian stand-in.
Yeah,
Totally.
but
Interesting.
she's a like draconic sorcerer gnome.
Everybody's got these anime profile pictures. Do I need an anime profile picture?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely do.
you don't.
Of course you do. What are
You
you
don't
talking
need one.
I'm gonna download this and I'm gonna make one from
Yeah.
Have you guys seen my shirt? Speaking of anime stuff, look at this.
What is that?
Is it pastries?
Yeah, it's little pastries.
It keeps
that are
trying to
like
blur it
arrows
out. Okay, yeah, it's got little like bear face on it.
Yeah,
Sandwich.
it's my
Cool.
pastry shirt.
Yeah, well, don't be too afraid. I'm not gonna
throw something at you that's meant to TPK you, but you should play a little careful. I will say, Sam probably recognizes this place. You haven't been here yet, but
I recognize this place. Are you out of your mind, Adam? You gotta be crazy, dude. No, I don't recognize.
But in that version of this place, it's going to be much harder and different. It is going to be a little different, but
No.
that's not the version you guys are playing. You guys are playing an easier version because you're level 3.
Yeah, we're gonna die. By the way, Adam, in our session, we're gonna super die.
Yeah, they're in, you know the Mist? Do you guys know the Mist?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. The scene with the big thing.
It is very the Mist, what they're about to encounter in their
Gotta
campaign.
get turned into wood chips, dude.
Oh, I am still recording. Gia, do you want me to send this to you or something? Or like, do you want me to upload it to a Google Drive or something?
Whatever. You can upload it. I can give you my password for my YouTube if you want to upload it to YouTube.
No, cool.
Gio, what
whatever.
did you use to draw your Sibby?